Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Faybala 5, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign for podcasters on the network at bicbp-radio.com, or you may be watching it through our YouTube at the Podcasters Tabletop Gaming. Check us out, follow it, like it. If you haven't yet, please do. You know, if a friend subscribed this to or shared this to you and said, hey, go check it out, and you're watching this, thank you so much. I know I have a couple friends that I just started a new campaign with on the weekends, and to be able to kind of get in the atmosphere to see what I'm like as a dungeon master, they've been going back through and watching our backlog episodes, and I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry for there's a rough patch there, but they're loving it and everything. So if you're newly added and you're watching this recently and you just got into it, thank you so much. Another cheap, quick promo. I want to let everyone know, if you haven't yet and you want to help support the stream in our campaign, we have Teespring. There is a link below. Pick up a t-shirt. I have some on the overlays. Everyone's just pointing. Hopefully there's an image that they are hitting. But head on over. We have a couple t-shirts up, some sweet designs, and you can have one too. So help us out, order one, and thank you so much. Then as well, this campaign is being brought to you from Oogie Games, our great sponsor over at the Podcast Precinct from the network. Check them out over at 2406 Military Road in Niagara Falls, New York, for all your gaming needs. They just dropped a PlayStation 5 and Xbox One. I don't know, guys, did anyone go out and pull the trigger on them?
Not yet.
Not yet? No. I'm saying that you're broke. You're like, I'm a parent.
Yeah.
You got like 18 years before you're allowed to get a game system for yourself, right?
I gave myself till after the first of the year.
Okay.
2021.
Yeah. I said I'm not gonna pull the trigger within the next year or so unless Baldur's Gate 3 comes to the console. That is when I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to buy it. But until then, you guys head on over to Oogie Games, let them know what's up, tell them to check out the Podcast Precinct and check out some more great shows from them. Anyway, let's get into this campaign because we left off last week after some startling revelations. The party, having defeated Jarrell and taken down an accomplice that was working with him, Lady Luna Shadowsphere, in a pretty crazy boss fight 2 weeks ago. 2 sessions ago, more like I should say it. They had kind of triaged the scenario afterhand with a power bricked battery containing souls for a Lich's phylactery that they spent the better part of an hour or so trying to figure out how to open this up and free the souls, obtain the souls. I don't know what you guys were really trying to do specifically, bring it somewhere. Fortunately, due to a series of bad rolling and unfortunate outcomes, we don't know where the souls went. Well, I do. They don't. After that, they left Lady Luna's house and made their way over to the Divine Stacks, one of the 4 great halls of knowledge in this world. Great libraries, which our good player Howard found out while discussing with one of the daughters of knowledge that let him know about various libraries and wells of different not genres, but genres of knowledge, such as the Divine Stacks, which they're in, the Fragrock, the Halls of Horror, and they're the 4th library, which was lost from known existence. The party, feeling bored, left the library, supposedly on their way over to their the house that they had been staying over at Farron Moulton's, a little mansion. And I'm pretty sure they were going to do a pit stop at the spell swords. As they were on their way out, Howard had turned into Kelna Light Trail and went back into the Divine Stacks because he had requested some books on necromancy to be reserved for her after they would not be given directly to him. The party walking off on their way to their next task. Haxon, our newly friend, quickly was ushered off by guidance from the Raven Queen. The party saying goodbye to him, hoping to see him in the future. He had let them know that he will be within contact with them. And they see him puff off in a mist of smoke, being courted by a woman in a raven shroud, walking through what presumably would be a portal to her realm. We pick up there. Finks, Azoth. Oh, one quick recap. Azoth found out about an alchemy lab with some magic moss. It's kind of druidy for him. Our party now, Azoth, Finks, and Remus, walking out of the Divine Stacks. Howard, you walk back in. Howard, we're going to pick up right with you. You walk into this great halled library of bookshelves towering high to the ceiling of the walls, lined up and forth, massive library style with a nice rich entrance with a pool in the middle where you see in distance the reader sitting there, an elven woman reading to the children still, probably onto a new tale. You go to walk in. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom 10.
Perfect. All right, cool. I like that. Pull that up. Need this. Let me get the notes in order for myself. There it is. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Trying to find the notes so I can go on this with you. Okay. You go walking into this library. You're stepping left, right, probably 5 feet in, 6 feet in. You feel yourself becoming tired, each step becoming weaker and weaker. You fall to the ground. You feel a thud as your head smacks the ground. I'll say you see your eyes going dark, going unconscious. You are swirling in a sea as Howard. You look down and you see yourself in your normal attire now, your yellow coat. Your body, you're swirling in an etherealness. What do? It's almost like the ethereal sea, but it's just, you're in pitch blackness almost. You're just stagnant.
I look around. Any kind of light source, or do I even know, get a sense of where I'm at?
Roll a perception check.
Perception. All right.
Roll a perception check.
8.
You do not know where you are, and there is a light. Oh, you're in pitch darkness. Enough, you can see that there's enough light that, if you look down, you could see yourself. But when you look out and around, you just see black and darkness. You can see in color, and you can see, you have vision. You can see yourself. And it's kind of a weird light source that's coming from somewhere, but when you look around and you turn around, where else? It's just emptiness. What do you do?
I feel like I'm floating, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a floating, almost like you're bobbing.
I will try to see if I can like swim upwards.
Okay, you begin to swim upwards. So you start stretching your arms. You start swimming now, kind of. You feel the air, the lack of air, the emptiness, the negative space, but where your arms are scooping at. You could feel you pushing, and you are swimming. And you blink one moment, and you breathe in, and you're now treading water. You are in an ocean, and you are treading water as a calm sea, roughly 50 yards out from a shoreline. You see a darkened city behind it. And you're just kind of like, you break the water, and you hit this cold, freezing, chilling air just kind of hits you. And you start to kind of just notice that it's eerily peaceful here, but you see this ominous looming city ahead of you behind the shoreline, darkened in shadow.
I make my way towards the dark shadow.
I'm swimming, and for what feels like the better part of an hour, as you're just pushing through this water, through this strenuous. It's not that it is the distance that's so hard to swim through. It's the strenuous that each stroke of water feels like it takes the energy of 10 strokes. It's just draining to push through this and to maintain this drive. You hit this. Eventually, you hit the beach. The sand is black, dark. There's no whiteness, no lightness to it. Looking
I'll
up,
scoop up the sand as well too.
you scoop up. You have a scoop of sand. It is like the most dry. It's super dry, nice, and just very fine.
Do I have my backpack with me?
You look back, and you actually don't have any of your gear on you. Your necklace is gone. Your mask is gone. You start feeling around. The only thing you do have are your basic clothing, basic armor, and your jacket.
Then I'll stick the sand in my inner left jacket pocket.
Yeah, and you go to open your jacket up as you go to tuck it in, and you make what's your passive perception? Let me see if you notice it.
It's I think 13. Hold on.
13 passive enough.
Oh no,
you
sorry,
put
14.
Oh yeah, no, I have
14.
for sure. Then, you gotta put the little sand in a pouch. The jacket looks a little bit more new than when you got it. It's been worn. Yours, it kind of has that antique secondhand thrift look to it. It has some wear and tear. And this isn't brand new, but it's not that thrift stored kind of just tatteredness and worn and battle aged. Looking up, you see the shoreline has the shore goes up, the beach that you're on goes up for roughly 50 feet. And the beach meets this rowing of stones, giant boulders just kind of lined to separate the beach from where the city begins. And looking up now, you see the city a little closer. Is detailed in this Gothic scenery styled. But instead of this cathedral Gothic with metal poles and towering arches, it's ruins of made of stonework buildings, but with gargoyles that upon just kind of looking, they look offset. They're not the stereotypical gargoyles you would see or would have read in books. Some of these gargoyles have tentacles coming from weird angles off at them. I'm looking at one of the gargoyles on one of on a building over to your left, you see that instead of like a monkey beast of sorts that you would expect to see, you see this mound of just kind of this bulbous mass. Think of like almost like an octopus, but you see like a bunch of eyes on it with a bunch of tentacles draping down and around and off of it and coming down, almost hanging all the way to the ground level. Just weird and unconventional of sorts. Very very odd, very different. You still don't hear anyone. You don't hear anything. You don't even hear the sound of the waves as they break and hit the ocean. It's just a calmness.
I start walking towards the boulders ahead of me to see if I can walk into the city.
Start walking into the city. Step up, pass through them. There's between boulders. There's 5-foot spaces in between them. So you pass through 2 of these boulders. Go down a street. Looking around, taking stuff in. You see empty shops, buildings, taller buildings, 5 stories tall, 10 stories tall, massive 50-story tall buildings that are roughly 500 feet in length, just where one like almost look like three buildings like side by side and stacked 10 tall, larger proportions than you're used to seeing anywhere. These are like, yeah. You feel guided walking through here. For what seems walking for hours at this point, each step does feel tiresome. It feels like it carries with weight, but you begin to feel yourself pushing with urgency, and you're making steps more briskly. Make a survival check, just to see how your navigation is through here.
All right. Three. Rolling low.
All right. Through your just kind of meandering you through these streets, you feel guided in purpose, but you're not taking in any more details. You're just driven by just intuition, more or less. Not picking up on any specifics, but you find yourself now approaching a hall, a building looking of 2 stories in height, roughly. I don't know, 50 feet in width. Stone slabbed, bold blocks construct up the walls. You see on the doors to enter it 10-foot tall this just darkened and almost like seawood collected from ships and just soaked dark and briny. And they on the seal from where it has a knocker in the center. It's a seal with a figure sitting in a chair with its hands down, and it has an offset crown.
Put my hands on the seal.
Okay.
Feel it for a little bit. Then I go and knock.
You knock. The doors open inwards towards you.
I will enter in.
You enter in. You're in a private study, we could say. A personal library, it looks more or less. This is... See, the ceilings are 30 foot tall in length. Looking left and right, you can see the dimensions of the room are 50 feet in width. 30 feet tall, goes in for just beyond where your dark vision. You don't have dark vision. Just beyond where your vision is, roughly 120 feet out. You see that there are three aisles on the left and right of bookshelves lined on both sides, similar to how the divine stacks were, where it's kind of like you walk down, you could look left and right, there's 2 rows. Step forward past that section, there's another 2 rows left and right, so 6 rows. And then after that, it looks like the walls after this section, it lines the walls, and there's a giant open royal hall. So it would look something similar to this. So doors in here. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that. And where the X is, you see sitting an empty throne.
Okay.
Books line all the walls up and down.
Hello? Anybody here?
No response.
I will make my way to the shelves and try to remember back from the divine stacks where they would have kept would have grabbed the necromancy books and all that other stuff, and I'm going to try to go to the same general locations of the shelves. See if I can find any of myself.
Make a investigation. Make a history check.
History. All right.
And I'll say just for setting as well, the lighting in this that you've had is kind of been almost as an overcast at night, kind of like prime time filming, where there's no direct sunlight, but it's bright enough to see, but it is now also overcast, so it's dark, and it's almost like possibly 9 o'clock, but there's that just enough light that you can see in through everything, and it's almost like moonlighting, but it's empty.
I rolled a 15 on history.
Okay. You just having just been there in the stacks, you go over to where you remember seeing daughter Cora go over to. And you do have what languages do you know on your character sheet?
Languages: Abyssal, Common, Deep Speech, and Infernal. But I can read any kind of language.
You cannot hear. So you can't read any kind of language, and you notice this when you because you do recognize the titles. Actually, you recognize some books on necromancy.
More specifically, the Necromancy for Dummies type book.
Yes. You recognize like necromantic scrawlings and languages, or not necromantic languages, but like terms and terminology. So you go over and you look, and what you do read is it's an abyssal, but actually, abyssal isn't it. What is deep speech?
Deep Speech is the Elder Gods.
Okay, so it's not an abyssal. Deep speech is what you're looking at. Mm-hmm. And usually when you're looking at foreign languages, because you have Eyes of your Runekeeper constantly on, it's kind of that weird language where you just kind of always have an idea of what everything's always being said to you. This is the first time in a while that you've actually generally had to read something and pull from memory, what language is this? And what is this coming to you, because your Eyes of the Runekeeper are not working. And you see some books on your necromancy. You found a necromantic section of bringing dead back and necromantic rituals of the ancients and a plethora of books. You found the section.
Okay. I will randomly pick 3 books.
Cool.
And
Pick
sit
3
down
books.
and start going through them.
Awesome. Pick 3 books, and you find a chair in one of the side nooks. And as you sit down, open them up, you have an urge that this feels familiar, that you've done this before. And as you begin to read the books, you begin to wake up, and you're on the ground and on waking up from the divine stacks. Your head throbbing where it had smacked. Make a concentration check for me.
Nice. It's a con save, right? Or
Con
check?
save that. I'm writing a con. It's a con
That's the
save.
same anyway. Okay. So 21.
You're killing us still. You are still. There is no one there over you. No one has noticed you. So
Quickly get up. Ugh. That was kind of weird. I don't remember what her accent is. Am I holding the books or anything, or I go to check? Well, I'm disguised, so
you could still feel.
Clothes. Okay.
You could still feel if you had anything or what you did, and you kind of go to touch your chest, and you can feel a necklace. You have your necklace, and you have your pendant. You're like, oh, there's my bag, and I got the wand, and you start patting everything down. And you're like, oh, I got everything again. You feel a weird pocket where there feels to be almost something soft in the pocket of your jacket. But there are no books.
I'll reach in and see if the sand is in the pocket that I put it in.
So, as Kelna, you kind of reach into it looks like you're reaching into the top of your shirt and you're kind of tucking in. You feel it, and there's a little bit of sand there.
Okay. I take it out. Brush myself off to make it look like nothing happened. Check around, make sure nobody saw me. And then I will go back towards the bookkeeper. I can't remember his name. That was supposed to hand Kelna her books.
Got it. So you go walking up and find where Lady Cora was, as she was looking over in a stack of books, and she turns and goes, "Oh, Kelna, I wasn't expecting you quite so soon. I have some books for you. Give me just one moment." And she walks off and around a bend in a corner. She comes back carrying 2 books, kind of thick and leathery, with their binding. And your friend Howard had said that you were looking for books on necromancy. Quite an odd request from you, but you've done much for us, so the mother thanks you, and hands you 2 books. She says, please be careful, and a week's time, if you will, we'd like them back.
A week's time, of course. And by all means, I do send Howard on my request, so this way I don't have to keep coming here. I do appreciate it, but Howard is good enough if he does show up on my behalf, just for future.
Make persuasion check. Make a straight persuasion check.
Sweet. Persuasion. Thank you, beautiful. It is a 20, not natural.
What is your charisma? What is it a plus 2? What is it? What was the die roll?
It's a 16 plus 4 is my persuasion.
Okay. Here's within reason we can let him take some books for you. It depends on the topic of your research of choice. Necromancy and kind of more prized and well-kept texts. We're not just going to hand off to anyone, but more certainly more general books we would be for sure certain to help with. But these, personally, we prefer directly with you.
Just know that I personally vouch for him, and he would take the utmost care and respect with any kind of books he is given. This is more for research of purposes to figure out this dreadful cult of the siphons that's been going around. And we know that any information or anything we can get to help us further get ahead of them would greatly help out with our general cause. So I thank you, and the mother thanks you.
Yeah, she believes you. Do you know what? As long as the elders are okay with it, I don't see why not.
I thank you.
I'll pass it to them, and as long as they're okay, we will make sure that they're aware of Howard. Thank you.
Perfect. The mother thanks you, and I'll walk out and go meet up with the rest of the group.
Okay, you meet up. You guys, just so you know, spend, I don't know, like 2 minutes. Okay. So you guys are probably just about walking out past the fountain out in the little courtyard. You saw Hax walk off and disappear in the puff of smoke with the cloaked Raven Queen. You wouldn't know she's a Raven Queen, but for sake of story's sake.
I say on our way back, you guys are going to go collect payment, right?
Yes.
While you guys are going to go do that, I need to stop back by the apothecary to speak with the clerk again and get some more information. I learned a little bit while being in there with Lady Lunasphere, and I just need to know a little bit more. So I'm going to bounce off to the side and do that, and I'll meet up with you guys.
Meet back at the house?
Back at the house.
All right.
Meet you guys back at the house.
Thinks let's go get our money.
All right. Been waiting to hear that all day.
All right. Finks and Remus, you guys start your way off to get some money.
That's how we're walking, by the way.
Yeah. See, 2 minutes, and you're probably like a block down before Howard comes out of the temple. Howard, you see them. They're roughly about a block down the road.
All right, I'll quickly stride, follow their lead, I guess. And about halfway through, I'll throw off my disguise so I look like myself again.
Okay.
Hey guys, where y'all headed again?
We're getting our money.
All right, let's go. I got some information so we can research and let's get some money.
All right, tell us on the way.
All right. So I kind of described what I did. Yeah, it was weird. I had this weird dream. I got random sand now, and I got some books about necromancy.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
Which, the minute you dropped your disguise self, you notice that your cloak looks a little bit newer. Like, similar. Again. How comparative to where you were. And slightly damp at the edges, at the bottom.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my quick little funness.
Oh. Are you concerned?
Slightly, but I think I'm being led somewhere. Not quite sure. They did mention something about different halls, and I don't know if I teleported or dreamt myself into the missing hall that was lost at the Golden Sea, I guess. I have no idea where I'm at. It could have been Carcosa for all I know. But it's interesting. I need
Make
to
a
find
wisdom
out more.
save.
Nice.
That's not good.
23.
23. You guys see Howard pass and just drop to the ground.
23?
Yeah.
Was it something he said?
Clearly.
What out of that did we hear? Did he get cut off at any point? Or?
You heard it was just as he said Carcosa.
So it's Carcosa.
Howard, the minute you dropped, you are knocked out. You are laying on a beach again.
Okay.
You're looking at the sky and you see a comet red ripping across it. You wake up.
Or water on his face.
You wake up. Just perfectly timed.
Up real quick. Any comment? Nothing.
No, stay
What?
clear sky.
What's up there? What are you looking at?
I don't know. I just teleported again and I saw a comment.
What did it look like?
Red?
Do I know anything about this? Can I roll a history check?
You can roll a history or
Your religion?
religion would be with disadvantage. I'll give you a straight history, one of the two.
All right, 16.
16 for which one?
I did a history check.
Okay. With history, this is a red comet is usually signifying of a coming of a doom, and Howard, how open about your background would you have been with players?
Pretty sure like I described everything on our jail ride up to Brian Spell.
You pulled everything through. Knowing Howard's background of touching with elder gods and beings of just beyond the divine, it sounds remnant to of being that are known as the heralds of the destroyers, are signified by the falling of a red comet. Usually the great beings, the great destroyers will send heralds to signify their arrival, and these are known as star spawns.
Howard, I think you're delving too deep into these things. The red comet, that's not good. That means they're coming. And I think they're coming for you.
The hell's the red comet?
The heralds of the destroyer.
The Destroyer? What?
No, it's Howard, not Harold.
Yeah.
No, the comet.
Right?
It's very strange.
I'm going to kind of step back away from him. I'm going to always be 5 feet away from Howard, minimum.
Are comets
Yeah.
red? What color are comets normally here?
Aren't they like a whitish, bluish color?
I could not tell you.
I have no
Thanks.
idea.
You
This
would.
is a different world too, by the way. So maybe a red comet is just normal.
Thanks you being from this realm, and the comets are kind of like standard, like they're the milky whiteness, like a normal sky. Red comets usually like an omen of sorts.
It's very, very bad.
Great.
Where was this comet?
I
don't see it.
Over a beach somewhere. I don't know.
He said something about sand?
I passed out. I was laying on a beach with a bunch of sand. Actually, kind of like, go and reach in my pocket and I pull out the sand. It's kind of like this.
Can I taste it?
Or a little bit. I'll give him a
Wait,
little bit.
hold on. Can we use the sand to find the beach?
That is an excellent question, actually.
Because
Azoth could locate that, correct?
I'm trying to think, since we can't locate his thing anymore because it broke.
Right.
I'm
But if
sorry.
he's holding the sand, maybe he can locate it on a different area? I don't know. We'll have to check with him when we see him again. And
So
I'll put it
save
back
some
in
of
my-
that sand,
Yeah,
because
I'll put it back in my
obviously you
pocket.
didn't just have the sand.
No,
I
this
think
was
we
from
haven't
the
gone to the
library.
beach
No,
or library.
when I was back in the library grabbing the stacks, grabbing the books. I
Anthony,
put it
Uh,
there.
serious question: Does Howard smell different? Does he smell like a beach? I am going to sniff him.
You physically sniffing him. The tail, like the little tail ends of like the bottom of his where his coat is, has this damp, almost like it came walking, almost like an ocean, like almost like a water, like a briny smell, very faintly, and it's almost like a damp, like it's not soaked. So like kind of going up, like you smell a little bit of water. Like he almost had a little bit of brininess to him, a little different, but
Seems like I can confirm his story. He's not
Yeah.
playing for it. This comet seems
I guess we should go get our money, meet up with Azoth at the house, and go to the beach. Am I right? Am I right here?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
This place is weird as shit.
Yeah, this is. I don't know.
All
Where did
right,
Hexen go?
Finks, make a
he puffed away. You know what I'm saying?
So again, this place is weird. People coming and going all the time.
Well, he left the one time through the wall.
Yeah.
And he came back, and then he left. There was someone with him. I don't know. They were darkly cloaked. It was too hard to see, but they vanished.
No eyes or tentacles, right?
I only saw the back of the figure, and it looked humanoid-esque.
Oh, okay. Well, then I think we have nothing to worry about for now, at least.
It could be worse.
I'm gonna
I
look
don't
up
know.
again,
You
make sure
guys
there's no
found him.
comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go get the money.
All right, you guys make your way over to Spell Swords. Glim is there. Kalna is helping out. They're polishing equipment and they're going over inventory as she's polishing, and they're talking about, all right, how many health potions do we have left? How many boots of elven boots? Boots of elven kind. How many extra greater longbows? 2. 7 potions, by the way. And he starts looking over. Glim is looking over some stocks of weapons as Kelna is polishing another sword, and she puts another one down, and looks like they're just kind of going over basic inventory. Other spell swords are walking around doing some maintenance gear. You can walk in your Glim. Hey, thank you for helping out. I don't know what you did. We haven't found Jarrell.
We did it.
You did
You-
it.
Probably won't find him ever.
What did what exactly?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. However, we are here to take a few potions off your hands as well, too,
And
I-
things.
and things.
And
As
things.
far as payment,
Payment for what exactly? How many heads do you have?
things.
one.
Can I please have it?
We only have one head.
Yeah. What head did you take?
We have the dagger and the necklace of Drell.
That's I see the dagger necklace. I mean, are you holding the dagger necklace out or no?
I didn't have either of those things, so
Oh.
especially we have
I
them.
too. I pull out one of the daggers.
Yeah, because I gave Howard the stuff I,
have-
took off whoever.
I have 2 daggers and 2 necklaces.
Okay. That's 2 sets of their gear, but
Oh no, one is mine. You can have the other.
oh, thank you, appreciate that. That's good. That'll go good to our stocks. We're kind of tapped on resources right now. They're under strict lockdown. Friggin' everyone is under strict orders of no inventory in or out. What you have is what you have. But where
Are
are the
they
heads?
hoarding toilet paper?
You'd be surprised what they are and aren't hoarding.
Well, you see, we don't believe in beheading.
Okay, well, I mean, where are the bodies at least?
We didn't
Well-
want them linked to you.
They're no longer of this realm. You don't have to worry about them.
Can I have proof that you killed someone? I'm not paying for nothing.
You have it in front of you.
I mean, I have Jorel's brains on my staff as I hold up my staff.
That is true.
Do you have any signifying that it's Jarell?
His dagger and his wand. That is mine.
The wand.
I see the dagger, but I mean, it looks like just I don't know how many of these ciphers that you have fought, but they kind of all have the same dagger and little pendant necklace.
I hate this guy.
Well, we have a witness. If you'd like to talk to her.
Yes. Where is she?
Oh, she's recovering still, so you'll have to send someone to watch her. I wouldn't trust her.
She's at the double stacks currently, recovering.
She's at the stacks. Good. The daughters of knowledge. They will help.
Can I insight check this guy?
Yeah, make an insight check.
I have to find my things. Oh God, I was unprepared for insight checks. That's gonna be a 14.
14. He's being honest. You're looking at a commander of a you're looking at the guard commander that is telling you they're under strict orders of holding their own gear. He needs proof to make sure that he's not just giving you money for nothing. And these are some pretty basic daggers. Like, this is the standard. Him and his men have been fighting these spell siphoners.
Is the wand not enough?
Finks, don't you have his coat too? Or his robe that he had?
Hex had that.
Hex had that?
God damn it.
Which I'm sure he parted with before he left.
Oh yeah, I'm totally sure he did.
I'm not sure if he actually had that with him, but I remember he was the one wearing it.
Okay.
He was wearing a coat. You can say that there is a coat that dropped. We'll say, for sake of it.
You mean this coat right here?
Well, I mean, in all honesty, guys, I appreciate you taking care of some work for us, but I have no proof. I specifically kind of asked for bodies for confirmation. But
great, then
there is
you'll be coming back with me then for a little bit.
Listen to me, Glim. Oh. That man locked me in a cell for most of my life. If he was not dead, I would not be in this room. Do you understand? Charisma roll with advantage. All right.
Because you're not being persuasive. You're being truthful. Give me
All right, I got the nat 20. I did it.
Yeah.
He looks at you. I believe you, but I need to see the proof. I can't just hand over.
Howard, how far are we? We didn't go that far, right?
No, it's right around the corner. We can go back to the house.
Where are we going?
No, you're staying here. We don't get to come now that you're making us go all the way here.
So he's
asking him and show him all the dead bodies on the ground. That should be.
I guess would that be easier? Do you want to just take a tally sheet and we'll pay? How much are we getting paid per body, by the way?
I had written down 500 per person and then 100 per head.
Great. Let's go back to the house. I know maybe one of us isn't cool or kosher with beheading. I may have sprayed one head into a watermelon, but we can easily take you back there and I can start cutting heads off for you if you would prefer.
I don't need decap. I don't mean decapitations. I just more or less need body counts to know I'm not.
Wait, so is the 100? But what's the 100 per head then?
So if I'm not mistaken, it was originally just going to be a straight flat $500 per person per party member, but then we've renegotiated to have things.
Oh, 500 per person and $100 per body.
No, it was the renegotiated was because Finks got all your gear, and you got 100. You were going to get 100 gold per cultist. You would take.
Yeah. But we're also all getting 500 gold.
No, it was $100 per. It was 100 gold per body. The original. It was
Why would we
original-
not just take 500 gold per person?
I don't know. You guys maybe thought you were going to go after more cultists.
Amazing.
You guys completely were like, yeah, we're going to do this more.
Let's show this guy the place and threaten him. Maybe.
Okay. You lead him over to Lady Luna's house, and as he's walking, he goes, "Why are we here?" Well, I'm assuming actually probably within the journey, you guys explained to him the whole situation with her, or no?
I don't want to talk to him.
I'll let him know we could have made an extra 100 gold, but we decided not to. So good faith and all that.
With you letting him know with good faith. After, let me see what happens, and if you guys do well, we'll toss you in an extra what we can spare. If you did what you say you did the city a great service.
I'd say we did the city a great service. Come on down. We can show you all the bodies.
All right.
We want the proper payment.
You guys lead him into Lady Luna's house and into the basement. Still expanded as it was of combat. Lead him down and down the stairs, around the tunnel. He's looking at all the cloaked figures on the ground. He goes, "Oh, wow! You guys have about good. It was good. About 1,000 gold on you over here." So he walks up, looking around. Where's Jarrell's body? So he's looking around.
That jelly over there.
That headless body with the jelly splatter.
The paste.
So, here's the thing. The body's not there. You do notice the pane of glass above him is broken from the outside in. And where the pane of glass, like where the glass was, is just bricked over stone. Like the walled, like it's just a wall now. And the ground where his body was is shattered remnants of the window pane.
Is there any evidence that his body was there at one point?
There is a mass of blood laying there. Brain matter is smeared, but there is no body.
Howard, you really did a lot there.
I really pummeled him into a gory goop. I may have gotten a little carried away.
I have to take part of the blame for this one too. We have is it a black ooze or a black pudding under the stairs of our home?
The pudding, yeah.
I used some of the body parts and fed it to the pudding to give it sustenance.
Oh, he likes body parts.
Deception with advantage, please. Please. That's great.
Can I roll against his deception as well? Because I believe him.
Sure.
I want to believe his story.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I got a 3, so 9.
Yeah.
23.
Remus disappears a lot. There could have been a barrel somewhere, and he could have very well have snuck off and fed it without you knowing. Who knows? Yeah. Wow. All right. It's what you're saying is true, and this is what happened. 1,100, and for you, for good faith, for Lady Luna, 1,200 gold pieces. It is.
You said 500 alive per body, though, correct? So wouldn't that be 1,700?
I don't recall that. Next time, we can get a more detailed contract of sorts, if you wish.
I mean, why not now?
Because I already have allocated services and allocated money aside for this. I was expecting quite some more, but
I think you saw about 20 cultists.
Yeah.
What about those?
no, I don't.
No. As we're pushing him up the stairs, I think there were 20 down there.
Oh shit! I got rid of it.
Oh, are we not counting the ones we found in the wine?
Oh yes.
One's in the wine.
And then there was the ones that were chasing us, the undead.
Huh?
Undead.
Follow us.
This is
Come.
this is new.
Come.
This is
Yes. Follow
Come now. Come.
We can find more cultists. This is just this room.
oh all right. So you guys lead him over to the church,
Yeah.
Yes.
leading him throughout it. There, looking throughout the bodies. Oh man, how many bodies were there?
At least
here.
8.
Yeah, here. We'll say that roughly cranking through some barrels and finding some of the bodies. You notice you find about 10 bodies in total. Additionally added. So he goes, 2,200 gold pieces. And I'll have that done up for you. That's a little more higher than I was anticipating.
But look at the quality
I'm sure
of
we can
our
figure
work.
something else out to suffice his payment at some point.
What?
I don't exactly have that much gold. You're getting the gist. He's only got have roughly 1,600 gold pieces on me.
Perfect.
So-
we'll take 1,600 and your healing potions.
Or 600 worth of other merchandise you have.
I can
Perhaps
give up.
any magical items that you can.
I feel that's more than reasonable. Usually, when it's for merchandise, you get a bit more for your services.
Can we do like a side huddle real quick?
Sure.
Hold on, sir.
One moment, please.
It's kind of like
Sure. He looks at you. Just curious.
Yes.
I wonder if we can get that house. Maybe there's a deed somewhere. Think we can negotiate that with him? If he has the council.
I feel like we can at least ask him if he knows where we could acquire the deed to the house or who owns it.
Yeah, I don't think he owns the house.
No, but
we can just keep on going and just live there.
Isn't he part of like the town council of Brinesville? High council?
He's part of the High Council of Brinesville.
okay.
We might have
Okay.
some.
Excuse me. Did you say something about a house? What house are you talking about?
We described the house with the pudding.
Oh, the old Maltons. Man, no one's been there for years. What are you saying that you've been in there, staying there?
No, we would
don't
like.
squat there. Why would we ever do that? But we did come across it, and we would like to acquire it as a land or a house of our own, since it has been left.
So here's what we'll do. We'll take the 1,600 gold and the old Malton's place.
Let me talk to my friends on the High Council, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind that. It's been a nuisance of ours for quite some time, and if you want to take over, sure, I'd headache off my plate. Sending people in to take care of it and clean it up.
Sounds like a deal to me.
Weird shit happens there, and be nice for someone else to have to deal with it.
All right, so the 1,600?
1,600 gold it is.
In the house.
And the house.
Perfect. I'm going to write it out real quick on a piece of paper. Just sign here.
Takes a little thing, scribes on it. Sure.
I think
What are you handing out? What?
Give us the
The
gold, sir.
Oh, it's back of the spell at the barracks, and
Let us away.
he leads you back, goes over into the his office, comes out with a big pouch of coins, and he goes, "So, I'm sorry. I hate to be this guy. Apparently, some of the men had to tap into the coffers for supplies, but to make up for it, he presents a healing potion of healing, and presents 1,400 gold pieces in a pouch. Greatest apologies, but hopefully with ownership of a house and you guys to take care of it, and the healing potion. This will be
Are we in
suffice.
his like office or like a meet? Where are we?
You guys are kind of out in a little foyer. There's like a general like waiting room, or not waiting room. I think like almost like a like a
reception
like a reception room, kind of. No, it's more of like a side office where they are almost like an employee break room, more or less.
Is there what's like the most valuable thing in this room? Like art on the wall, something made out of metal, anything mundane.
You look over and you see. Let's see. See what do you see? Let me see. Here.
I like where this is going.
You see a mace on the wall.
Yeah.
Dangling chain, big spike ball, and on the spike balls you see these little blue tips, kind of on the spikes. It's kind of dangling.
How about that instead? I point to the big spike ball.
I mean, if you really want that, I mean.
How about as well?
I won't give it as well.
Of course,
That's worth far more than the agreed upon terms. Completely.
Yes, but you also changed the terms when your men decided to dip into our money. So, considering the fact that we,
I consider the potion as a gift of good faith for future work, sir.
So here's the thing.
Plus the additional bodies
I can give you the gold at a future timing, but unfortunately, I don't have the ability to pay you the extra gold now. So I can give you.
We will take the mace.
Take the mace,
the gold, and
a cut of gold, and we'll say a potion.
We will take our 1,400 gold still.
1,400 gold. Without the potion, then.
With the potion, the mace, and the house.
If you want 1,400.
Leave the potion. We don't need it.
Give me group persuasive checks, because he's hearing it from all ends at you. Give me persuasion.
Think of it as extra payment for the extra bodies that we're not getting paid for.
All right, you guys are gonna have to pull this one. I got a 6.
Oh, I got a 25.
Oh, nice! I got a 16.
Perfect.
It's like mace.
Just intimidatingly persuading.
There's only a few charges left on it, but why not? He's looking a little annoyed, just like, what the hell just happened? He's pissed off at his men because this just turned into a debacle that he just didn't want to have to deal with. And he's like, I suppose I just could have paid him. All right. Hands over a basic potion of healing. Walks over, grabs the mace. Walks over, and as he hands it over to whoever is going to reach out for it, you go to grab it, and it's weighted a little bit. There's only 5 charges left in it, so be mindful. Gives a little bit of a shock when you hit. Essentially, you get a 1d6. You get 1d6 of lightning damage.
Just a regular mace over that.
Yep, regular mace, but you have 5 charges on it.
Cool.
Wild.
Just 5 charges of lightning damage. Just I was kind of trying to hope it. It's always one of those, like, someone busts in here, you wish you have a nice weapon on the wall, just in case. But for the trouble, for the work you guys do, take it as a gift of good faith on my end. I wasn't hoping to part with it. Hands over the 1,400 gold. Hands over the potion of healing. Please find anything else out on cultist. Let me know. I don't know if there's any more stragglers running around.
If you do have any, we'll find them and come collect.
Good. I'll have Kelna message you if if we do.
We thank you. You might want to pass the message along. Just let Kelna know, probably to stay away from the stacks for a little bit.
Why?
No reason. And I walk out.
Thanks. It's a mighty lovely mace you have. As I push him out the door along with me.
I'm dragging
And
it
you
with
guys, dragging the mace. You
I give Howard and Finks 350 gold and wait to give Azoth he's 350 whenever I see him.
So just so you know, the little pouch you get containing the gold, it's a pouch, but it is not a bag of holding. It would be more of a minor amount, so it's a bag of holding-esque.
wallet of holding.
Pick. I'm gonna keep that bag if that's cool.
And you can investigate that and look a little more at that in the future. Not to the extent of the bag of holding, but
It's like a pocket of holding.
that wind is getting bad. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, something like a pocket of holding of it. All right, so while you guys are off doing that, Azoth. Are we good? All right, cool. Azoth, we are you've made your way to the shop now, trailing around. And you walk in, and there is a wood elf alchemist at his desk now. Desk again, back on the shelf, kind of looking at little tinctures and going through ingredients. And he's meticulously writing everything down, listing everything down, kind of double checking everything. Back again. How is she doing? You got her to.
We managed to get her to the stacks for the
Good.
to take care of her, and the ingredients you provided proved to be very beneficial. So I wanted to come back and personally thank you, as well as remind myself that I had never learned your name to properly thank you.
Name's Relias. So he puts his hand out to meet you. Shakes your hand, and it's Relias. Nice to meet you. Your name? I don't believe we exchanged.
I am Azoth. I am a
yes, of the Circle of Oak, if I'm not mistaken. Yes,
that is correct.
I do believe I didn't give you much direction. Are you going to be making your way to the Gather the Boss? Because if you would be, I would appreciate you. He turns around, he grabs a jar he pulls out this little tiny little capsule jar, and about this in size. He goes, would you mind just packing it full for me? This is enough. When Chakra comes back and find out where he's at, I'll have him gather some more for me, but it's just a little too much of a journey for me to make on a whim nowadays, especially with the lockdown coming in. If you can kind of bring that back to me a little bit concealed too. They're checking everyone for everything they have on stock.
More than happy to help you out with that.
Thank you. And he provides you with, if you don't mind, he actually holds hands over 3 more little vials. Like, if you don't mind, if it's not too much of a trouble, please. He hands you a 4th, going, take one of these for yourself.
Right. I take them and add them to my satchel.
Cool.
I need to know the quickest and most direct way to get there so that I can be as stealthy as possible without drawing attention. If you would like 3 containers of moss.
Honestly, it is, you'll leave Brindspell and cut around north of the city and head just straight forward into, through the Royal Hunt's grounds and into the Make sure I double check my map. I didn't have the forest named in. Into the Gemini Woods.
And you said it's about a day's travel, correct?
Roughly 8 hours foot if you're traveling just yourself.
Anything else I should know before I leave?
So he explains to you that his it's an alchemy lab. It's a domed circular lab that has two major rooms, and there's a main like a study like a study hall, not study hall. It's like a main lab, and then there is a smaller side room of it that has a lodging. So if like you were to work overnight, he let you know, be careful. There are the wildlife likes to get a little crazy, a little out of hand. So be on the lookout for larger than life insects. Just be on the lookout for that.
Keys?
There's actually it's a little trick. When you get to the door at the front, just kind of give it a little kick at the bottom of it.
All right. I thank him and say by my leave.
And just he provides you with the simple notion that you'll go to the it's in the to the Gemini Woods. Just like literally, it's a straight foot shot north. 8 hours by foot. It's surrounded by a small a swampy marsh, a little bit. Not large, but just enough for the immediate yard and the surrounding area, nature around the swamp, and then beyond this little swampish area, it gets into a nice deciduous forest or wooded area, Gemini Woods.
All right. I go to head out.
Okay, you head out.
I'm gonna leave the city and just kind of put my hood up and just kind of make my way.
Okay. Are you just gonna you're heading just straight out?
I'm just gonna head straight out.
Okay. You head straight out. You begin to leave. Head through the city guard. Along passing. Let's see. Double check something real quick. Because you guys would be passing. You would be somewhat passing near each other.
Well, we were planning on meeting at the house anyways.
Yeah, but no, he's not going to the house. You're just straight up leaving, aren't
sad.
You're breaking the plan.
I just need to check something real quick, guys.
Breaking the plan, breaking the plan, don't breaking the plan.
That. Oh. Just want to see. Howard, you notice off to the distance leaving the city, what looks like Azoth heading out. Out of earshot completely. Roughly 60 feet away as you're leaving from the spell swords, and Azoth kind of scoping around, but they are significantly closer, and due to like timing and everything, that's kind of where we're going to end up. So you would see him leaving as he's just kind of passing the gate, passing the two guards.
Okay. I'll make a mental note of it, but I'll keep going with the group. I won't say anything yet.
All right, cool. Azoth, you're walking out. You got about 8 hour journey ahead of you. What are you doing?
Have I cleared the gates?
Clear the gates.
Am I out of sight of everybody?
Make a perception check.
Oh wait, the senses one or the
Perception.
All right, hold on.
And by the way, you completely saw the party. Like you witnessed them as you snuck by them, and kind of just kept out of their sight. You can see them passing through you.
9.
9. I mean, it looks pretty. It looks pretty cleared out.
All right. Since we had rested and recovered everything, I want a wild shape.
Okay.
All
right. You started kind of into a brisk jog, feeling a newfound kind of path and direction, a little personal quest. You feel this booming inside of you, in your chest, almost this warm sense of direction, a purpose. Not necessarily the same as what you had when you first left the tribes, which was more of a task. This is a new beginning. You feel this booming, this sensing, and this push. And as you start breaking into a brisk run, you go to shape into an animal. And with the last surge of a change, you break into the sky as a falcon and take off with a burst of druidic energy. Just that if anyone was watching, they would see a radiant blast of just magic just shoot from your body, and as you change and fly.
Would I have seen him in the distance, like change into a falcon and take off?
Slightly, yeah. You would see the change. I don't know if you would see the falcon, but you saw him change into an animal in the distance, and you saw something fly. Okay. You picked up on that.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go towards my destination.
Go. Flight speed of a falcon. Do we have that offhand? Let me see. Falcon. Check out this D&D Beyond. Falcon.
This Falcon check is brought to you by Oogie Games. Buy used, new, old games. Check them out. Oogie Games, 2406 Military Road in Niagara Falls.
Falcon.
Oogie Games.
Flight speed.
60 feet.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say it takes you about an hour or two. Distance over the course of hours, over the course of about an hour or two, catching a good gusts, and just with its newfound just urge and momentum pulsing through you, you can feel this energy just kind of pulsing through your veins, almost just kind of coursing through your energy, this internal surge of magic.
Okay.
And you're coasting through the sky. You can see this hilled area that you know of as the Royal Hunts Ground. A couple outcroppings of small wooded areas, and as you pull up to the Gemini Forest, you see where there is two domed circular buildings connected, set in the middle of roughly 50 yards into this wooded area, surrounded by a small swamp with this large oak tree growing out in the back of it.
Okay. I want to land at the swamp oak tree there at the base of that.
You land, and with the landing, you almost kind of fall out of it. Make a dexterity save for me. As you're coasting in now, it's 20 feet, or it's 50 feet, 30 feet, 25, 20, 10, boom. You change mid-air. What was 7, you said? What was your save?
7.
7?
Wait. Well, yeah, I rolled a 7, yeah.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you change mid-air and you fall. You feel tired, weakened. You're now laying you're coming pretty much in for a dead-on dive. You're laying in a pile of moss, and right at where the roots curl up over this massive oak tree that is 35, 40 feet tall, surrounded by this marshy little swamp. It goes out for only 20 yards or so, circling this lab buildings. There's a path from the back of the labs. You see there's a door leading that follows directly up. There's a dirt pathway leading directly up to the tree. You feel there is this boniness of something that is to your back where you landed. You're resting on something.
I reach behind to see what it is.
Reaching behind, you feel the skeleton of a small woodland critter.
Okay.
Just picked clean, like polished, smoothed. And there's moss all over, all coming up and around, and not between where the tree roots are coming out of the ground and making little loops and hooks and nodding up and around and twisting paths and sinking deep into the ground. It's covered in moss, just all around.
So I open up the bag that I had on me, reach inside, pull out what I thought was one of the vials, and it was what was in the pouch prior, which I think you said was bones, right?
They were darkened, ashen, burned bones, charred.
Put that back in, pull out a vial. I'll pack all the vials with moss.
Okay.
Like you asked, all 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take the other bones and I'll put those in the bag as well.
Okay. Put the other bones in the bag as well. Okay.
So is the tree and the swamp together? Like,
yeah. So the tree kind of sits in the center of this the swamp backyard.
okay.
And where the tree is sitting, the ground is not swamp. So it's kind of like the tree is on this mound of earth that is a 10-foot in diameter around, and the tree's growing up from this, and you're sitting in a patch of just solid kind of packed dirt on this moss that's encompassing around this.
Do I have to go through the swamp to get to the alchemy lab? Like,
there is a there is a set dirt pathway leading to the back of the lab. On the side of the path, it's a swamp, this marshy swamp.
So I'll
land.
Start to go through the swamp to get on the path to head towards the lab.
Okay. Make your way path on the lab. Make perception checks.
21.
Nice. You hear a bzzz, bzzz, bzzz in the faint distance. Not super loud, but you hear it getting a little closer. Not quickly.
Okay.
And it sounds like there's multiple buzzes.
Does it sound like they're coming more from the path or more from the swamp?
More from the swamp. The path is fairly short, and you're on it.
All right.
So you're hearing the buzzing come from behind you, from back in the forest, beyond the swamp.
Okay. Then I will make a sprint towards the lab.
Okay. You can sprint in.
Kick the door.
Boom. Tap the door, kick it. Opens up. And unlocks to let you in.
Get in, shut it behind me.
All right. Shut it.
I'll call out for his for Aurelius's assistant.
Chakra, no response.
Response. Does it look like anybody's been in the lab?
Yeah. So when you're in the back of where the lab is, the back doors to it, and this is a circular room, 50 feet around. There is a side kind of like a side workbench that follows all the way around the room, except for where there is a door to the front of the lab, and a door to the side, resting like a side bedroom, like a spare room.
I'll open up the side room door.
All right. On the desk there is various vials and ingredients and different trees and nature and different flowers and plants, and there is a bunch of little knickknacks, and there are little wires and little inventions of sorts, and potion bottles and cracked vials, and you're in an alchemist lab. You're finding a whole bunch of sorts. In the spare room, you find a messy bed. The spare room is another circular. This one is roughly only 5 feet or 10 feet in around, and there's enough room. You see a bed up against one part of the curved wall, just kind of slanted up against it. The bed's big enough for an elf, enough to fit Relias. And there is a small trunk that's opened up, and it looks like there is a backpack that was left there, emptied out, opened up, flap open, a satchel opened up on it. And there is a dresser that has been opened up and rummaged through.
Okay. I investigate the dresser and the satchel.
You find some meander, like basic common clothes, nothing of value, nothing of any importance. Make an investigation check to see how well you look. See what else is within this.
14.
14. You find a skeleton of a mouse in the top dresser drawer, tucked away in the back corner of it, and it's been dead for probably months. But that's it. Anything else? Basic clothing, nothing of importance. There's scrawlings of notes of just mixtures of combinations of like kind of spell crafting and potion crafting of that sorts. You find kind of like a how to mix a basic health potion 101.
I'll take it all.
And then you do find, we'll say with the 14 of you looking also around, just kind of combing through in between, in the pouch, in the backpack, you find folded within the clothes instructions to constructing a wand, kind of like how to craft and take precious wood and magical ingredients to make wands.
Okay.
Essentially, it'd be a just for sake of it, it'd be a +1 wand.
Okay.
For the sake of it,
knowing that Howard really wanted the Jared's wand, I'll take anything that I can get. I'll just take and add it to my pack. So the sheets, the spells, the skeleton, some of the more interesting looking knickknacks and potions from the table. Anything of, I guess, importance.
No, it looks like it's been picked clean.
Picked clean? Oh, okay. I'll still take
except for that. So maybe someone possibly forgot them.
Okay.
Left them, but someone was picking stuff clean.
All right. I'll take what I can.
Okay.
The first stuff, and then I will go into the main door to the main hall.
Okay. Coming out during the alchemist lab. You're seeing vials and test stuff, and so you're in an alchemy lab.
Okay. And there's nobody else there, though? checked out the whole place at this point.
Yeah, it's just a single 2 rooms. So you're in the lab in the main hall that's 50 feet around, and then there's the side one just adjacent to it.
Oh, that's the front
it.
door to.
Yeah, so it's like a 2 doors in. So if you're coming in through the front way, there's that, and then if you were to go to the backyard, you just kind of dropped in the backyard. Make a perception check, by the way. Well, actually, no. With your passive perception, but I know it. You can now hear the buzzing is getting louder, but not to the point where it's coming inside the building. But it's kind of possibly in the backyard of the swamp. You can hear buzzing noises.
Okay. Make sure the back door is shut.
Okay. Going back over, shut.
Look around, make sure there's no way that anything can like get in.
Nope.
If windows or
Nope.
anything.
There is. You look up, thinking of this buzzing noise, and looking up, there is a circular domed skylight that's glassed over, and you don't know what would pop through there, but you see there's metal bars kind of crossing over, and with this with the circular in the end, so there's like metal bars coming up from different angles, and there's like a circular kind of like skylight.
Okay.
So depending if it's too big, too small, you don't know if anything would bust through there, but the glass is there and it's non-broken. It's intact.
All right. So I'm going to go into the room where the bed is. I'm going to shut that door.
Got it.
I'm going to bide my time and see if the buzzing will go away, like kind of wait it out.
Yeah.
And while I'm doing that, since I've got some time to myself, I just kind of want to start looking over all the things that I came across. The broken crown, kind of meditate on that. Take a look at what was really in the bag that I found at the house in the shrine room. There was the bag with the knife, the dagger, the bone dagger. I kind of just want to like lay it all out, sit and just kind of wait it out, and I guess meditate on it all and see where I'm at.
Okay. Sit down, put it all out there, meditating on it. How long do you wait?
We'll go for I don't know. It can be I guess considered like a long rest. I mean, I just kind of want to like stay on it until either the noise goes away or something comes to me.
Okay.
However long that is.
You're sitting there meditating on it, lost in thought, and just kind of closed eyes, meditating, sitting there. And you get flashes of a tree. And the vision goes dark again. And your visions are back, and you see a tree being carved into with a dagger. Think of a kid trying to carve like the initials into a tree for like the first them and their love, like they're jagging their initials in. You go back again, and then someone is. You see a hand, just like you see a darker skin, almost like a leather brown in color kind of skin, just the wrist, grabbing bones and throwing them down on the floor of a wooden of a dirt padded flooring. And then the vision kind of like shifts again over to that tree of someone scrawling on a tree and kind of carving, making marks, and it shatters again, and you see someone breaking bones, and there is chanting indistinguishable languages that you don't recognize, and you see a masked figure with a bone-like face standing in front of an oak tree. You see just the head of shirtless tribe, kind of almost like a Ace Ventura 2, where he's got like the body paint on and animal leathered leggings, or not leggings, pants with us, almost like they're tied up with like leather lacings up and down the sides. And on his face there is a bone, almost like skulled bone mask. And as he takes it off, he puts it down in the middle of on the ground, where your vision kind of looks down. You see that this is where the bones that are scattered. And he begins to take the dagger and start to chisel into another bone, and start to chisel into another bone. And the vision goes, and you awake. Your material, your components, everything's kind of on the ground still.
Did I recognize the tree? Is it the tree that's out back?
No, it was kind of indistinguishable.
Okay. How much time's passed?
You don't know, unfortunately.
Is the buzzing gone?
Buzzing's gone.
All right. I'll take the bone dagger, the bones from whatever I found outside, the burnt bones, the scrolls of paper, and I'll head out to the back out to the back oak tree and kind of try and replicate whatever it was that I saw in my vision. Like I try and I want to try and retrace those steps, I guess, or imitate it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You go back to the as you walk out back to the tree, sitting in the moss is a boned plated mask that you saw the figure holding and placing down. As you walk up, it's sitting in the moss.
Take it and put it on, and then sit down.
You sit down, and you hear as this oak tree in front of you starts to crackle and break to life. And you hear, "Ah, my Azoth, you must learn more." As the sound just weeps from the tree. And you hear, "You must learn more. Journey. Bring back life to the dead swamps. I've given you the tools to do so." Do you respond at all? Anything else?
I say I think I understand.
With that, the tree just kind of, as with that, he just kind of fades away. The face that kind of comes through and the voice just kind of melds away.
All right. I'm going to...
You're getting that part of the task is you got to learn for yourself what to do. He's given you enough.
Right.
You must take your own actions now.
I still want to kind of examine, I guess. I'll take some time. Still outside there. I still feel safe for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
To relook over the burnt bones or whatever it was that's carved in them.
Mm-hmm.
And then look over the papers that were with them. And then I guess I mean, if they were carving something into the bones, then in the vision, and I've got clean bones to do it, I'm going to try and, I guess, just replicate it and see if anything happens.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
23.
These are, as you're looking at the bones now, examining them, the sigils and the symbols on these bones are they're arcane in nature and have the kind of like, this is like the Latin of spellcraft, of the written, of like the language of writing spells. This is like a root dialect of spell terminology, essentially. So these are rudimentary scrolls, I guess you would say, in that sort.
Okay. And what's on the actual papers that were with them?
They're various spells. You see spells for, let me see what spells that they have listed on here. There are spells for, where is my list? You see a couple cantrips.
Okay.
You see Toll the Dead, Minor Illusion, Chill Touch, as well as some actual full-on spells. Just some of them are protection from good and evil. You see Cause Fear. I'm sorry. And also Witch Bolt.
All right. So
it's a hard voice to do.
So as a druid, I would know the basic understanding of what's going on, I assume, as far as
well, you would understand that these are the bones and the scrolls which you're reading. These are spell scrolls,
right? And then analyzing the bones that have stuff on them already, that the ones that were burnt.
You're pulling in that if you are able to, you could transcribe the scrolls to these bones
with the bone dagger,
with the dagger, or something to write.
All right,
or something to carve.
Then
transfer like a magical essence.
Then I'll take that dagger, and just like I saw in the vision, I'll sit down, throw it all out, and start transcribing or carving.
Okay. It's gonna take you some time to do this all. You're there for, we'll say, roughly 4-5 hours outside, just underneath the time of the with this oak tree.
Okay.
Carving with it. Okay.
Okay.
Upon completion, you hear the voice come from the tree as you're looking down. You hear, "Good. You must learn more, always."
I say, and who do I owe my thanks for this gift of knowledge to?
You can thank yourself for the knowledge, but you can thank me for the opportunity, for the change of direction.
All right. I offer my thanks and the promise to bring back life to the dead swamps. I'll start with the that when I gain the knowledge to do so, I will start back here around the lab, and then I'll gather my wares and then return back to Brian spell the same way I came.
Okay. Oh my god. All right. All right. You tried to. You go to leave.
Yeah.
You you tried to wild shape back to a falcon, and you feel yourself drained and tapped. You feel a power from your druidic reservoir exhausted.
Okay.
You probably can't do a flying animal again.
All right. I'll go into.
You can still change into an animal, just not.
Yeah. I will go into a. 40 feet. All right. I'll wild shape into a wolf.
Okay.
It's got about 40 feet for speed, so not as fast as the falcon, but I'll make my way back to Brian's spell.
Especially and with the wolf dashing and sprinting, you have the endurance of a land animal used to that type of travel.
Yeah.
You'll show up probably around nighttime. While this is happening, we break over to the party. You guys are getting back to the house. All right. Joe, back up here.
So, is this gentleman from the High Council with us as we're walking to the house now, or did he stay at the barracks?
Oh, he stayed at the barracks. It's you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we're gonna dive into our new home a little more and see what rooms we have and try and figure out everyone's spot, I guess.
Guys are at the house.
I claim the master bedroom on the top.
Interesting.
Okay. You're in the you guys are at the house. What do you guys want to do? The houses. You guys have explored through the house.
Well, I guess after we rest, I'll do this. So never mind.
Okay. Do you guys do anything until you go to a rest, or until Azoth? Does anyone stay up?
Do we have enough room for like everyone to have their own room here?
I think so.
Yep. There's enough. There's
right.
Multiple bedrooms with 2 twin beds, and then there is the master room.
He froze.
Oh no!
froze.
Oh, he's back.
Nope.
Oh, he's
everyone's
back. He froze.
You froze for a second.
Oh, I am.
You were
You
like
You said 2, and then
Okay. So you guys are in the house.
Hey, I know we're gonna wait for Azoth, but probably should let you guys know he took off, so he might be a little while. Might as well make yourself comfy.
do you mind if I Howard? Are you in the master bedroom already?
Not yet.
I feel like we should check out, search the master bedroom. I don't know if he had a personal. I know there was a library. I just don't know what he had up in his room. Or remember?
I found a diary note, I think it was, or something in there.
I
have to go back through. Hold on.
Let's see. You guys, did you search? You searched it already, didn't you?
Yeah.
Let me just double check. Let me see. See what was in here real quick.
I think that's where I found out about Mammon and something else.
Yes. So in the bedroom there were. Oh, let me get maps real quick. That's how I can tell what's what. Where is that map? Where the frick is that map? Here, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, pull this up, and I'll let you guys know because I want to be. You guys haven't been here in a minute. right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, I have like diary entry, looking elsewhere other than the weave.
Yep. You found a diary from
Naman, Lord of the Third Rising Hell.
Yep.
Or Third Ring of Hell, sorry.
Yep. There is that. In the layout, there is also in the house, the top. In the master room, there is the bed with there is a study in the corner when you enter the room to the left, as well as on the wall next to the study, little writing desk, there is a dresser. And next to, on the bed, on the wall facing you, when you walk in the room, there is the bed. Next to the bed, there is a side dresser. And there is a fireplace with a wolf's pelt in front of it. What do you wish
I
to do?
poke the wolf pelt again just to be sure it's not alive.
It's a pelt.
Perfect.
I'd like to look through his study area.
All right.
Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
You'll look in the one that is next to the bed. Or no, you're looking in the study. Make an investigation check. No?
I got a 6.
I mean, Howard kind of cleared it out with you find basic like empty scrolls of parchment for notes taking. You find vials of ink and
I'm more or less wanting to like find. I'm just trying to see if he has any notes on like the coins or anything like that.
there is no notes on the coins in the study.
Sugar.
All right. What else are you guys doing in here?
I'm going to plop on my bed and go through my newly acquired books of necromancy.
Yes. So looking through the books, you find. Let's see. Get that note up there. So you find books. You find a necro books. You find one that is listed the Dark Spark. You find there's one called the Dark Spark, and then there's also one called Book Burning and Rebinding. What are you opening
I'll start
up?
go through the Dark Spark.
Dark Spark?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Dark Spark goes through, and it's basically just you get the gist from it. It is written in it's written in common, and it is basically you get the gist that it goes through the process of bringing back someone from the dead, and the infusion of necromantic energy into them. And you get the gist, and it says basically to bring someone back to life, there needs to be a catalyst, whether it's divinity, magic, some pure unexplained arcana event. It doesn't just happen, something like that.
Okay.
You also find out that within necromancy, there is also a property of healing magic that goes into it as well. So it's not just necromancy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you read through that one. You go through the book burning and rebinding.
Mm-hmm.
Goes through notable liches and the journey to lichdom that it takes and the toll it takes on the body and the mind. And 2 liches stick out from it. One was known as the Dark Father, and it's a human that went mad roughly 200 years ago from whenever this just for sake of having Finks tell you the timeline of this world and everything. It's roughly 200 years ago. He and his followers decimated the swamps south of the Deep Cut, There's it was a Fey oasis known as the Yule Grove. A little more specifically, it goes into, because you're reading through a textbook, it was a Fey nexus to the Feywild in the center of it, and it's now listed as the Dead Swamp. There's also listed as another necromancer called Arakane, and she was a drow drider, priestess of Lolth.
How do you spell her name?
Arakane is Arachane.
Okay.
She was a priestess of Lolth, the Spider Queen, and she pledged her allegiance by willing to become a drider and take the body, the sacrifice of what it does to the body, to ascend to be a lich of Lolth. And she was known for raising driders back from the dead and sending them into battle as her commanders. So you're basically getting like zombie driders when you're fighting with her. And
Sweet.
for those of you that don't know, driders are your half spider, half drow elf, and you don't want to mess with them. Yeah. So you get basically that's the big takeaways you get from these.
Okay.
Yeah, you're there. We'll say, is anyone else doing anything until Azoth comes in, or else we could say Azoth shows up?
Are we taking a long rest?
It's up to you guys.
I guess what I wanted to do was meditate in the dark room and prepare the daylight spell to try and dispel that. See if that works.
Okay. Can you choose? Do you choose spells after a long rest or short rest?
Long rest. So I'm going to prepare it for the next day.
For the next day. Okay. Are you meditating in the dark room before you go to speak?
No, that's where I'm resting.
Oh, you're gonna go to sleep in the dark. Okay.
Yeah, but I'll be preparing my spells there.
Prepare your spells. Go to sleep. Okay.
I'm attuning myself with the room. That's all.
Okay. All right. Cool. I dig that.
We're going to keep searching the rest of the house for any information on the coins.
The coins. Make an investigation check.
Oh, boo. 18?
18. Fortunately, throughout this house, there's not any knowledge about the coins in here.
Sad. I will go to bed in one of the other rooms that looks average size.
Average sized. So apart from the master room, the three other rooms there are all the children rooms with the twin beds. So just pick one of those. Or are you gonna crash in another room?
I suppose I'll crash in one of the children rooms for now.
Okay, you pick a children's room. It's cozy. Go to sleep. Azoth, you show up middle of the night. You get past the guard fairly easy. You change probably before approaching the gate. Walk in, enter. You're in the town. On your way to the house, you do stop by the apothecary. You don't see the lights are on at all, but there is a box out in front, almost like a mailbox of sorts.
Okay.
That is left there. It's kind of like a drop off if you wish to.
I'll put in 3 of the 4 moss containers.
Yeah. All right. Go on in. You make your way to the house. You enter in. Party is sleeping.
Everybody's sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll head back down to the shrine room, if you want to call it that. I'll stake claim to that one. Underneath the dark room, and call it a night.
All right, cool. So you guys take a long rest. come to the next morning? You guys wish to do?
Cast my spell.
Cast your spell?
Does it work?
Nothing.
Ah!
Good try. Good try.
Here, Finks. I can try something. However, I don't know if we want to completely dispel it. I don't know what that might have effect on as far as like making an appointment if we need to.
I say try it.
Okay, perfect. And I will try to cast Dispel Magic.
Go to cast Dispel Magic. All right. Cast Dispel Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. You cast a spell. It wasn't that your spell didn't fade. It's just unfortunately whatever this darkness is, it perpetually there possibly. I'll say at this point, Azoth, you perk up hearing
Yeah. So
them above you.
I will. I'll kind of want to tell them about everything that happened, but I want to be a little bit more theatrical about it. So I still have all the stuff from that I took. I want to redo myself up in the image that I saw in my vision.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the skull on and tear up the well, not tear it up, but
Trim it.
yeah, basically just kind of give myself a new look.
Okay. Give yourself a new look.
Yeah.
You are when you're giving yourself a new look, are you going like the whole shirtless like you saw the guy in the vision, or are you more or less, how are you?
Yeah. I kind of want to go this tribalistic Ace Ventura shaman type thing. Like yeah.
Okay. You don't have like the leathered shaman pants, but
No.
you could still, you go shirtless and you got your runic tattoos kind of all around, all up on your torso and on your arms.
Yeah, and the thing.
Your face, and you have the mask on. You have your pouch.
Satchel. Yeah.
Your pouch and your satchels to your side.
Yeah. I make my way up towards the top of the stairs and I yell out, "With bones and spells I come."
I don't know if you guys are all awake at this point or not.
Make my way
I
up.
know you two are.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, you guys heard him shout this downstairs.
Do you recognize the voice?
Yeah, you
What?
guys recognize the voice. You Finks, you and Howard hear him through the hole.
Oh,
I guess Azoth is back. Hey, welcome back. How was your night?
He's downstairs. You're shouting through the floor, or do you guys walk downstairs?
walk around.
Where are you guys at?
We're
is
all in
everyone
his
wake-
room, right?
He's downstairs in the druid room.
Okay, I just hopped down the hole.
I'm going to make my way to the kitchen.
You make your way to the kitchen. Got it.
I'm going to hop down the hole into the druid room.
Okay.
I'll follow you if you're hopping down the hole.
Making your way, carefully sliding yourself over and position yourself. You go poof, drop in through. Finks follows. You catch him carefully, and you are sitting here staring at the Azoth done up little shamanistic style. Remus, you make your way into the kitchen. You go forward or are you staying in the kitchen?
Yeah, no, I'm going to the druid room after I hear the thuds through on the floor.
All right, cool. You make your way in through the beaded, flowered doorway. You guys are presented with Azoth done up a little differently now.
Interesting look.
Yeah.
I don't dig it.
Kind of had a long night. Crown's broken. Can't do much with it. I think I kind of messed things up there. But I've kind of got a new purpose. As visited by the gods, and I have to bring life back to the swamp. And I think I learned some new stuff too.
Oh, wait a minute. The
And
swamp.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
swamp?
So I explained that there's a swamp north of here, and there's this alchemist lab with all these stuff, and I'll lay out for Howard some of the things that I found. I was like, oh, and I got this for you, and I'll lay out the magic wand spell stuff. It was like, maybe this will help with Jarrell's fire wand.
Oh, perfect.
Did you take the mouse skeleton?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to cover Lucky's eyes so he doesn't see it.
Yeah, and then I kind of just tell him there was this alchemist lab, and I was supposed to look for somebody. I couldn't find him, and there was this loud buzzing sound, and I tell him I think I'm learning magic, not like my druid magic, but like magic. Like I have to learn it. I don't know it. I have to learn it, and I just.
I'll say within Nate, after the meditation in time, you're feeling that you understand some of the basic magic that you have kind of picked up on.
Okay.
So essentially, you have a new list of spells to you.
Yeah, I do. But I say, look what I can do, and I'll cast minor illusion and make it sound like there's a parade upstairs. Make it sound like there's a concert going on. That's kind of the point. Like not really knowing what I'm doing, but just like look.
Yeah, you guys hear minor illusion. It is you hear almost like some rudimentary, just generic ambience music, just kind of pick up in the background, and it's as Azoth kind of starts to point his finger up and cast it, you see this glowing energy kind of resonate from his pouch. This will off to the side.
Your pouch is glowing.
I'll reach in and I'll pull out the bones. Be like, I found these too. Well, I didn't find them. I had to make them.
And you see one of the smaller, like leg bones from one of the little critters is glowing, as if a cantrip was cast from it.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You said you came across somebody too?
No, I was looking for somebody. I never found them.
Oh, gotcha.
But I do have this cool mask. Yeah.
Why is everyone finding masks?
You found a barrel hat.
No, well, I have a mask too, and I put on my mask. And Howard still has his mask. Finks, you need a mask.
I got the skull, and I put that on my head.
All right.
I see good, but I have it.
Crack Big Back's just kind of sitting on, and he's like, "Really now, Finks? Really?"
Quiet.
Yeah.
So what I miss? Is this?
We got paid,
Well, we got paid.
Here you go.
and this is our house.
350 gold.
Wait, this is our house?
This is
We
our
got
house
the
now.
house's payment as well.
Ooh.
Oh, and Finks has his badass looking mace.
I called dibs on this room.
Excellent negotiators.
Yes.
Okay. Now what?
Yeah. Well, I did come across one of the ladies inside the stacks. I don't know if she was afraid for her family. We can always go check that out.
Were we trying to go to the beach?
Oh, yes. There's a beach we should probably go check out. Yeah, so.
Okay.
All right.
Do we know where it is?
I have no idea. We need to find out exactly. What do you know about dead, decrepit, empty cities on a beach shoreline with a red comet in the sky?
That's a good question. What do I know about the dead, decrepit beaches with red comets?
You make the religion history check if you want to. Let's see what you know.
You said it was religion with disadvantage or advantage?
Religion with disadvantage or a straight history check. Just let me know which one you're rolling.
All right. Let's see. Religion with disadvantage or history. All right. I'm going to go with religion with disadvantage. 13.
As far as the decrepit cities and the Comet, not much. Comet, just from the tribal and kind of the raw nature of religion that you would practice in back of the circles.
Yeah.
Red Comet, kind of an omen of bad stuff usually. Nothing specific is pinging pinging your memory banks there. But Black Sand, also not familiar with. You know of some of the shorelines of the continent, and that doesn't sound familiar to you.
Yeah. Nothing sounds familiar to me. Although swamps are kind of dark and decrepit. City is dark and decrepit. I mean, I'm for checking it out. I think I'm liking this dark and decrepit stuff. The forest isn't really doing it for me anymore, guys.
We came from a swamp.
Yeah, we did actually. But
Maybe.
this dark dead swamp you're talking about, you wouldn't happen to know anything about a dark father by chance too, would you?
I don't, but my tree friend might.
It could be interesting. I'm all for you learning all kinds of new things through any type of way, dark it, whatnot, doesn't matter. Just be careful. I read a story recently last night actually about a lich, a dark father lich, who came from a dead swamp.
Ooh.
Sounded quite familiar of how you were describing it. So I just want to make sure you're not getting into something that might be not good for you as well.
So what you're saying is we should go to the beach.
Yes, I'm all for this. So let's head back to, I guess, the stacks and see if I can find some information about this beach.
Yeah, and maybe
Isn't there a library here? A pretty expensive library?
That's like a personal
Personal?
there is a personal library in the mansion.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's go through there to see if there's anything about beach cities.
Someone make an investigation check. Who wants to lead it? I'll give you guys whoever wants to lead the investigation check. Call nosies on who doesn't want or who wants to do it, or just claim it and do it with advantage. Whoever's doing it.
Howard, you're the best reader.
Yeah, I'll go through it.
He can
You know,
read
the
any
worst-
language.
The worst part about this city, you said with advantage or disadvantage?
With advantage.
With advantage, perfect. Oh, even better. 17. The worst
17.
part about this city was there was no Oogie games that I saw there. It's a horrible, horrible place.
You start searching through books and up and down and many books. Bunch of intro to magic, intro to wizardry, tinkering for dummies. So you want to be a ranger? You think you can bard? But nothing as far as a beach with dark sand or anything like that.
Nothing here that I see.
let's go back to the stacks. We'll see if Lady Lunasphere is awake. Since this is our house, we can get mail. Let's see if we can get some of those packages to us.
What are these packages?
There were boxes at our house. We got
Yes, there were boxes at Luna's house we could totally take and go through.
Those packages.
Yeah.
Oh
But
God!
let's go back to the stacks, see if she's up, and see if maybe anybody there knows anything about a beach. Where do you think this beach might be, Howard? Any ideas?
Not a clue, but I have a feeling, I don't know if it was a distant realm, if I visited the lost halls of wherever that was lost at the sea, or Carcosa. And I wait to see if I pass out.
You're good. You
Pass
don't.
up. Damn it.
Okay, no.
You're
No, I guess I'm still awake. Yeah,
But
so I
then
don't know.
don't you have sand from there?
I do, and I pull out part of the sand.
Pockets.
Actually, perfect. You can locate object, correct, Azoth?
Well, here's the thing. Circle of the Land people weren't really too happy with me for breaking the crown. So they kind of parted ways, but Circle of the Swamp was like, hey, since you're here. So I kind of had to sacrifice some things and I gave some stuff up. So since I didn't have to find my crown anymore, I can't really find things anymore.
Mm-hmm. How unfortunate. All right, well, I guess to the stacks it is then.
And with that, I can go on.
I just imagine Howard being like pissed off about this, like not like visibly upset, but like his tone and demeanor just completely 180s. Is like, great. Now we have to find someone to find this.
Yeah.
You guys leave the house, little mansion for yourselves, with the nice markings of the Faybala 4 on the on the scratchings. Or I guess it'd be the Faybala 5 because Lucky is currently a member.
We got the
Remember
black pudding too.
Black pudding
yeah.
too.
Faybala 6?
BP.
Faybala F.
Faybala and friends.
Faybala and friends. No, I like
Just
the
FF.
Faybala 5 house. Guys, make your way to the divine stacks. Along the way, you do notice there are guards outside of Lady Luna's house now.
Spell swords.
Yeah, there are currently spell swords posted. And just don't piss them off demeanor.
All right, I just try to walk past like I'm supposed to be there.
I mean, you walk past, they're fine. They're not gonna do anything to you. They recognize you now.
Okay.
At least the spell swords, they're not gonna mess with you as a goblin. Other cities, you just may want to be careful. But these guards, they're aware of you. They understand. You're okay. But as you walk by, they go, "Good day, good day," and they kind of get more of a defensive to kind of get in front of the doors as a no entry here. You guys make your way to the stacks. And with that, we will pick up there next week, guys, to find out what Lady Luna can share with you and let you know how she's doing and if she's even awake yet. Till then, guys, thank you so much, everyone, tuning in, watching it. I know we went a little bit extra long this weekend, last session. Wanted to get us to a nice spot, and we'll see where the campaign takes us next week. I, again, as always, was your Dungeon Master, Anthony. Thank you so much for tuning in again. And these players, I'm telling you, I love this campaign. These guys are awesome. Bring so much fun and so much creative ideas that I can't wait each week to see what they're going to throw at me. Mark, take it away. Let them know where to find you.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, the.mark.716, and you can find Azoth and his Twitterings at Podcasters Azoth.
Check him out, follow him, tweet, follow, support. As well, Mark does some graphic designing, so if you are in the need for a new logo or some wicked art, hit him up, please. Get on that commission list. Tony, Finks.
Hi, you guys can find my miniature painting at Phoenix Forged on Instagram. You can follow, I love that. You can follow Finks on Twitter at Podcasters Finks. Still figuring out Twitter. Doing my best.
Awesome.
I don't know how to retweet, I don't think. I'm working on it.
You're good. I do love the little tweets, notifications I get randomly throughout the week from everyone who's like, oh, hey, so one of the players tweeted. Cool. Howard, you're next. Danny, sign off.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Ratfink Arts, RATPHINC Arts. You can find me and our lovely Dungeon Master doing our side thing, Roll for Wisdom, under the Podcasters logo or banner. And you can also follow Howard on Twitter at PodcastersH. So, yeah, go check it out.
Sweet. And finally wrap us up, Remus, Ricky.
Remus. Ricky Coates. You can find me at Rick_Coates on Instagram or Twitter. You can follow Remus on Twitter at Podcasters Remus. That's about it for now. I'm doing this, having some fun.
There we go.
I'm trying to get a beach day, I guess, and hopefully not derail us too much. Who knows? But we got a house. We got a house.
We got a house.
Free house.
Someone messaged me. That's the title. We got a house.
We got a house.
We got a house. Someone message that in the chat, please. But hey guys, thank you so much for everyone for joining us till now. For now and till next time. Keep rolling.
Faybala 5.